Welcome to the Barbarian Leveling Build Guide for patch 2.4.1 Diablo 3 Season 6. So just like the other videos in this series, this is meant to be easy to use, pick up and play, copy and paste, not much tinkering involved, right? We're going to cover the meat and potatoes of the build, and it's going to be highly effective and fun to play. I'll go ahead and walk through the build, maybe we'll kill some mobs with it, and then we'll talk about few possible legendaries you can get while you're leveling. So at level 3 we get Cleave, and I think it's important because it synergizes together with Rend. We're going to be using Rend, and it's just an AoE bleed for 1100 weapon damage, right? We get Rend pretty early. We get Rend at level 5. So you can see we have Ground Stomp, AoE, Rend AoE, and then Cleave is the AoE. So it kind of all synergizes together. They're all going to be bleeding, and it's a powerful bleed, right? We do get Leap at level 8, but I chose not to take it to level 9. At level 9 we get our W skill. So I just like the Ground Stomp, Cleave, and Rend combo, right? So I kind of hold off on Leap one level. At about level 10 we get our first passive, and Ruthless is probably the best passive for Barbarians, hands down. At level 11 we get Rend for Rune, which is Ravage, and that increases the radius of all enemies within 18 yards. At 18 we get our Wrenching Smash rune for Ground Stomp, and this is pretty much the last rune you're going to use because it does pull enemies to you. It's just super effective again for groups. I mean, every group has like a pull monk or something like that, right? Pull barb for support. So this is you're just pulling them together for your group. At level 21 you get Furious Charge. Pretty much self-explanatory. You charge into a group of enemies, blow them up. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. We don't get Merciless Assault until 33. If you don't know, Merciless Assault reduces the cooldown for each enemy hit. So this is something that at level 33 we can start chaining from pack to pack to pack. You want to hit like generally 3 or more mobs is with Furious Charge. So like this would be a good, Furious Charge pack right here. But like you wouldn't want to hit one mob. You just leap or just walk there. Save your Furious Charge for groups of 3, and you can kind of charge through them. So like if you see these guys over here, you can kind of like boom, and you can kind of charge through them and hit more mobs. So we don't have a reliable way to get Fury until the 27-28 range. 27 we get Animosity, so we're getting more Fury, and we're increasing our Fury generation. At level 28 we get Warcry. Warcry gives us Fury. I usually put it on E, so I replace Overpower and I put Warcry. Boom, and it gives us 20 Fury, and we can finally use Whirlwind. Now that we have more Fury buttons, we go ahead and put Whirlwind. So you can replace Cleave at this point. You don't need a generator. As long as you're smart, you don't need a generator. But you can leave Cleave and you can hold off on Whirlwind a few more levels until you get comfortable. Mostly because Ground Stomp generates 15 Fury, Leap, Warcry, Furious Charge, right? So we have all these like mini Fury buttons. And you just want to be smart with your whirlwinds and smart with your Rends. We're still leaving Rend on the bar. It's only 20 Fury, and it does lots of damage. But from here, I would only use Rend for Rift bosses, for elite packs, or for big juicy packs, and you just can't resist, right? Let's talk about some items along the way that might help you out really quick. So at level 8, you can make a two-handed axe. It's super cheap to make. It's only 4 white items and 4 blue crafting materials, and it's like 1 or 2 upgrades and you get your blacksmith up to level 8 to craft it. So it's just a strong damage increase at level 8 if you don't get any drops from the diabolic chests or horde or whatever you're doing to level, right? We're waiting to level 28 to switch to Whirlwind, right? So we're playing it safe, like super safe. All my builds are safe, that way nobody can really fail with the build, but you can craft actually mighty weapons early on, right? So like you can see, like you can start crafting mighty weapons at 17, 25, 30. And the thing with mighty weapons is that you want to use the weapons master passive and you get 2 Fury per hit. So you can actually sustain your Fury with Whirlwind earlier as long as you're using mighty weapons. I like using two-handers, but it's super effective too to use a double mighty weapon. It's just you have to stay up on it every 5 levels. You need to craft more, but the game does give them to you, so that's definitely an option for you. At level 44, things open up a bit more for the build. We get the Wind Shear rune with Whirlwind, and the Wind Shear rune gives us Fury for every enemy struck, right? So it's kind of like takes almost all the Fury concerns and throws it out the window. We don't need so much Fury regeneration anymore, so we can actually take off Warcry. It's a free skill for you guys to use. You can use Wrath of the Berserker, Call the Ancients, Earthquake. You can use Battle Rage. You want to use the Bloodshed rune, of course, it's the best rune. Kappa. That's pretty much covers the build. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you kick ass with the build. Let's go through a few legendaries that might amplify the build even further. Hexing Pants is a great item that you can get early on that pretty much take care of your resource regeneration, give you more damage. I mean, you know, Hexing Pants, it really synergizes with the build perfectly. Also, the Mantle of Channeling, we talk about almost every build video, but it goes great on Whirlwinds too. You can just use a Whirlwind and you get more damage and you take less damage. It's just boom boom overall, really good. Loot Socks you can get at level 8 if you roll with blood shards, but typically you're gonna get them level 12 to 70, and Leap can be cast multiple times with Loot Socks, right? So it's just more effective. You're gonna be getting more Fury 1, 2, and 3. So it's just great items to synergize with this playstyle, and items that will take you out of my playstyle, out of my Whirlwind, Barb, Furious Charge playstyle. Bracers of Destruction. So if you find Bracers of Destruction at any level, you're going to stop what you're doing and you're going to go ahead and use a Seismic Slam build the rest of the way, right? So you're going to pretty much leave everything the same because you do need the Fury regeneration still. And the only thing you're going to switch is, instead of Whirlwind, you're going to use Seismic Slam, and you're going to use the 22, reduce the Fury cost to 22 for stagger. And this you can use the entire way. So let's go ahead and generate some Fury. Whop, you know what I mean? It's a really good skill. And it's going to give you a 331% increase to Seismic Slam, up to 400% for the first 5 enemies it hits. So you're going to use this the whole time. You know, if you get it at any level, you're going to sit on it and you're going to use it to level 70, unless you find something that you want to use that's even more better for a multiplier. Like I have one, I think, loaded up here, like the Bracers of the First Men, right? Hammer of the Ancients attacks 50% faster and deals 200% increased damage. So this is another great bracer that you can get, like, you know, level 12. So Barbarian has a chance to be God mode Barbarian very early on with the items that you can get. The Gold Wrap, obviously we talk about every video, it's amazing. So there's lots of items you can get. Reduce the Fury cost of Seismic Slam. So I mean, if you get this in addition to the bracers, it's really good. But as with weapons, you out-level weapons and you stop hitting like a truck, so you couldn't use it the entire way. But bracers, you can use the entire way, because if you have one level 20 item and you're level 66, it doesn't matter so much. The multiplier is way worth it. Alright, to wrap up here, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a rift and just kind of show off the build a little bit. Alright, so it looks like we got a bunch of teddy bears here, so we're going to have an infinite Furious Charge because we're getting a reduced cooldown from Merciless Assault the entire way. So you can see how strong it is. As long as you're hitting 3 or more enemies, it's almost too good of an example. But yeah, I mean, if you can't hit more than 3 enemies, you definitely want to just use Leap and then Ground Stomp to group them up, rend them, and then Whirlwind, right? So you can see, like, you can keep your Fury up as long as you're using like your abilities. You can even number lock Warcry. Let's go ahead and fight the elite here. Hit them with your abilities, and it just keeps Fury up the entire time. Let's go over here. I'm not going to use Furious Charge on these dudes, but on these ones I will. Boom. See, it's almost back off cooldown. It's back off cooldown. And as long as there's 3 or more enemies, your number 1 DPS is probably going to be Furious Charge. So I would just keep using Furious Charge like the entire time. You're pretty much a charge barb, and you have rend for elites. Okay, like Whirlwind's just there for fluff, basically. You know what I mean? Like, you need something in case, like, Furious Charge is off cooldown, so I need to attack. I need to attack with something, and that's pretty much why Whirlwind's there, to be honest. Is sometimes Furious Charge isn't there. We don't have any kind of Raycore set pieces or anything, so it's good to have an attack in between to increase our effective DPS. So I like this build. It's pretty good. I mean, as you can see, I'm rocking yellows here. I mean, I'm sitting on this, but I'm not using Seismic Slam, so it's a pretty good build overall, and it's fun. You know, you get all the movement and speed ability you can ever want. You get, you know, they're gonna pull them in. We're even using the cold rune to pull them into us when we're whirlwinding. As you can see, look, I mean, we're pulling all these teddy bears. Follow us, teddies, follow us all. So we're grouping them up for, you know, for group play. This is group-oriented play style, and it's fun, and you're a tank, and you actually do feel like a barbarian. For at least 70 levels, you get to feel like a real barbarian, right? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Expect the other classes coming. I'm going to try to do one video a day. It's kind of a lot of work because just the nature, and I level like 2-3 characters just to kind of test everything. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you get a second, follow me at twitch.tv/bloodshed. Follow me down below. YouTube Bloodshed, youtube.com/bloodshed. We're a Diablo centric channel. I do venture out into other games like in between seasons and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all for today. My name is Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.